Welcome, János. Two János will speak and talk together today. My name is János Földessy, and I am a professor of geology, and an old professor, Professor Emeritus. And you are Dr. János Juhász, a senior lecturer, a logistic engineer. What else? And the young researcher of the CiRCLETECH project. I started preparing myself into your history, and I've read your biography. And the first point which was come to my mind that you are coming from Warsaw, and born in Sixo, studied in Ench, did the university here in Miskolc, and you are a brave graduated guy with all the credits, and you still stay in Warsaw, which is, I think, one of the most backward part of Hungary. What are the good reasons to stay here?
Yes, this question is really interesting. First, I would like to thank your invitation for this podcast. I learned for 12 years at University of Miskolc. My high school was at Váci Mihály Gymnasium in Ench, and after the high school I decided to continue my studies at our universities. As you know, in my CV, I made all my training here, so I also stayed here, and I'm blessed to be here as a student and now as a young researcher and lecturer too. So it was a really long way to now be here.
So Warsaw is beautiful.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I agree. I came from another part, but I'm staying here for more than 20 years. I really like it. Good. You graduated from the Ench High School. It was my early memories in this university. This is one of my favorite high school because it is a small place, poor place, and still the students are very, very talented. We got really good students from this high school, and one of my good friends who have deceased, unfortunately, was a teacher there. Actually, who mentored you to go to mechanical engineering? There are so many easier professions.
Yes, I was lucky in this area because my mentor was Mr. Kuszko Sándor. I was really grateful to be his mentorated students in a high school because I am really blessed his activities and I save his memories. Unfortunately, he has died 2 years ago, I think.
In an accident.
And it is a really big loss at the high school and students too, because he always helped and mentorated us, and I believe that his thoughts and many advice was oriented to my studies.
He was actually a geographer.
Yes,
and physical training teacher. Did you play soccer also?
Not
because
really.
He was the trainer of the soccer.
Just a hobby.
Yes.
Yes, and I worked with him when I returned back to high school because I took part in a national mentoring program, and I cooperate with him, and I had the possibility to introduce this project with his orientation.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
János, you graduated as a logistic engineer, and I always trying to find the logics in the logistics. So what, for all those who are outsiders, what is logistics? What does it mean really?
Yes, it is not a simple question because the logistic can be found everywhere. So you can find it at your home too, and in business and in university too. So it depends on your ability and activities for this mention or aspect. But if we think about in research area, we can be find in the industrial, in the service and logistic activities, the production, manufacturing processes and recycling logistic too. We can also apply the information
What is
technology.
logistic? Carrying something?
Yes, handle.
Always something? Yeah.
Yes,
Handling materials?
in my vision, the logistic can support these all activities, which can be part in manufacturing and service processes and any other stuff, because we use in our life too. So we can manage and handle our time to be grateful work and find our loving in the social life too.
Yeah, about 20 years ago, I read a book about logistics. So this was written by Lee Iacocca, who was a Chrysler CEO. And he saved this huge car manufacturing company just by simplifying and streamlining the logistics. So he invented, or at least applied, this just-in-time method. And I've seen your publications, and you also are researching the just-in sequence. What is the difference between just-in-time and just-in-sequence?
Yes, in logistics, the just-in-time is one of the lean tools which can be applied in the logistic and service processes too. The just-in-sequence is based on just-in-time principles with the following differences. So it is one thing that you will know which is the right product, required stuff, and so on. The main differences is to handle the orders and assign in the right sequences too. So you can be focused for these area to manage and handle the staff production flow.
Oh, okay. When I was thinking on this just in time, I can imagine very well this method in Japan where, if 20 seconds delay is in the Shinkansen Express, then the CEO makes a harakiri. It's okay. It's okay. But in Hungary, I think the people is not so disciplined. So how can you really see this very important and very effective logistic method here in the Hungarian applications? You have been in the US as well, huh?
Yes.
Any difference between US and Hungary, perhaps?
Yes, there are so many differences. I have several times in the US. I have American relatives who live in New York City, and I had the possibility to join an internship program on IT companies, and it was helpful to look in the background and see how it is working in other countries too. But I think in Hungary, this area is specialized in the industrial processes, namely in area of mechatronic and automobile processing, where can be produce many different products and need many required parts to handle and serve the required time and the sequences too. So we are money and time sensitive, and we need to be handle and ready for any other issue, say some broken supply things and area. For example, in a war, it is caused problem in the supply processes because there were special units that can come here and cause delayed processes and so on. And it is hard, but we are here and we can find a way and find the modern and innovative technologies from the world.
And I think any little improvement may create a lot, I think,
Yes.
in money terms, no?
Yes, and it needs to be react quickly, because if we miss this, we stay and we miss the possibility to do well, especially in industrial area when every second is a million forint that you can see.
Yeah, we are sitting here for minutes under the CiRCLETECH logo, and I just wondered why CiRCLETECH, which is a matchmaking project, could be interested in logistics. Any good explanation? How can you match logistics and CiRCLETECH?
Yes, as I mentioned, the logistics is everywhere. It can be find the way when the products can be connected in the recycle processes or in the new supply chain, and we can restructure, rebuild, and any other inverse processes can be applied as a packaging, processing, and so on. So it is a bit special area to find possibilities and research cap to work together in these activities too.
Normally the industrial guys used to forget about the end of life. What is happening with the residue or the discarded TV sets or solar panels? So I think that was a very good reason to put this also into the logistic chain. Okay, if everything goes smoothly, and GIS, the just-in-sequence, goes also smoothly, but the outside world doesn't go so smoothly. So what are the big challenges? What are the points now when there is a war situation, there is a disease situation? So how challenges come to the logistics in this point? What can you tell about this?
Yes, basically we can catch it in the normal servicing processes. If you would like to get nowadays stuff, for example, the most likely the toilet paper and the connected, challenging to get the normal stuff for the life, and it was really hard to handle the big requests from the people, because they were frustrated that in this situation, then they believe that they can get this normal stuff in the everyday problem and everyday stuff for the life. So it was really good competition to serve this normal and abnormal ability for these systems, because the request was bigger than the capacity of the manufacturing and services location. So they were needed for renew the whole supply chain processes in this industrial area to serve these stuffs too.
Now, in the wartime,
Yes.
I think the recycling doesn't work very well because they had go completely crashed. Also I learned that you play a very active role in the different student societies, student associations. This is the university, the PhD students. How can you harmonize? That is again logistics. So how can you harmonize these very diverse tasks of, say, your social life with the other ambitious tasks of the researchers? How can you time manage?
Yes, it is absolutely logistic. So when I was the normal student, I took part in student unions activities, basically in dormitory area. And when I continue my studies in a master program and a PhD program, I was the president of the PhD student association, and I took part in several committees of the University of Miskolc. And after it, when I find my love, who is my wife now, and we have a 8 months boy, we had to decide to
stop this,
not stop, to manage better,
or to reduce
yes.
very wisely.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I stayed open for these activities, and I now member of the Hungarian PhD and Association Council in Hungary.
From my side, it's congratulations, because if you can really harmonize research work, family life, social work, that's something of a miracle.
Yes,
so,
and I believe that we can find an equal way if you really want to do these activities and keep
time is flexible.
Yes.
Yes.
So whenever you want.
Yes. A final message for all those guys who are just courting with the PhD, but they don't know what they are all about. What can you tell them? Why you should choose research work in such a science like mechanical engineering, logistics? So what is the real personal ambition or challenge?
Yes, my real experiences was if you want to know more and more, and if I love your area, especially my area is logistics, and I was really excited to know more and more how work these systems, how can handle my time better, how can find a new solution for this technology, basically in service and manufacturing area. You can combine this ability and adopt in your research work and in the real life too, because everyone has a 24-hour a day, and it is not easy to...
Some guys has even more. Not 24, 26 or 28.
Yes, I
Depends.
just wanted to mention that it is your decision what you do days by days, and if you find the happiness of your work, it can be bad things to do more and work for your society and your family too.
Thank you very much, János. Congratulations for all of this.
Thank you very much.
And
Professor.
we will meet 10 years' time here again, and we will look at the advance.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
So thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
Thank you.